Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. In today's coverage of the ongoing fighting taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia, obviously the civil war continues. Now, with that being said, we are receiving numerous reports coming out of Abiy loyalist media, of Amhara regional media, declaring some fairly significant victories, especially within the vicinity of Weldia and other areas in the northern Amhara region. So, again, it's very, very difficult to take this information and then re-report that information as we have later found that information to be false, simply a false narrative. Again, we continue to see the hands of Isaias Afwerki and the despotic regime of Eritrea and the tactics that are being utilized to control Eritrea, and those same tactics now being utilized inside of the former state of Ethiopia. Again, within Addis Ababa, also known as Finay, there continues to be a concerted campaign to arrest and incarcerate any objective news outlet that attempts to report something different than the government narrative, the Abiy loyalist narrative. And again, many of these clampdowns started with the advisement of Isaias Afwerki and his security forces that we know are absolutely operating inside of Addis Ababa. In fact, some of the regime security elements now in place to prevent the implosion of the Abiy regime. And again, those Eritrean elements are actively protecting Abiy Ahmed. But again, the information from really the start of the conflict, in terms of calling it a very short and brief law enforcement operation, and the very quick announcement that said law enforcement operation was over. Then we look at the narrative in which Abiy Ahmed absolutely denied that Eritrean forces were operating in the Tigray region. And again, we find out that is completely false. And again, a completely false narrative. And in fact, there were tens of thousands of Eritrean forces in the Tigray region, and there has been thousands and thousands of Eritrean forces in the northern Amhara region, the Oromia region, and western Tigray still as we speak. But again, that is my point in terms of it's very difficult to obtain fact-based information that is actually occurring on the ground. Now, with that being said, if we do find out that Weldia has been taken by Amhara regional militias, and we do come to the conclusion that that actually occurred, when and if we are able to do that, then yes, absolutely, that would be a significant setback for the Tigrayan Defense Forces. Now, obviously, what is the next stage of operations for the Tigrayan Defense Forces as we speak? Obviously, that is changing and did change after they departed Dessie and Kombolcha and stopped the offensive towards the capital of Addis Ababa. So you have to understand the dynamics, again, have changed, at least on one side of the equation, fairly quickly. Remember, we were looking at just several weeks ago, we were looking at the Tigrayan Defense Forces operating near Debrecen. Again, they had captured Shia Robot, they had captured Kamise, they had captured Kombolcha, they had captured Dessie. And after those captures, even then, the Abiy loyalist media would not release that information in the media. And again, it was just something that one would have to obtain that information by seeing video excerpts on the ground of it actually occurring and actually taking place. So right now, in terms of any operations that are taking place by the Abiy loyalists near Weldia, Mersa, north, even Kobo, again, there's been nothing to back those claims as of yet. Now, is it possible that it has occurred? Yeah, I'm not going to rule that out. Of course not. But again, we have seen claims, we have seen coverage that has simply been false. And I know at times that the Abiy loyalist side of this conflict tends to find this channel biased. Now, with that being said, again, a lot of the information that I report contradicts the information of the official Abiy loyalist narrative. So again, as I was reporting that the Abiy loyalists were being evicted from the Tigray region, and that actually occurred. That was denied by the Abiy loyalists. The concept that the Tigrayan Defense Forces would blow out of the Yatimbian region and then launch massive, massive counterattacks all across the Tigray region, causing great defeats on the part of the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, the Abiy loyalists, the Eritrean army, the Amhara regional militias that were in the Tigray region, was something that simply was something they couldn't accept or grasp at that time. Now, obviously, as those forces were indeed evicted, and a fairly massive counter invasion was launched deep into the Amhara region, seizing many, many towns, Kobo, Weldia, Mercer, Wachale, Desse, Kombolcha, and threatened Addis Ababa, also known as Finfinne. Even then, it was for the most part denied and turned into an orchestrated trap to attempt to destroy the Tigrayan Defense Forces. That was what the Abiy loyalists were trying to articulate, when the reality it was a military defeat. They were being militarily defeated on the ground. Now, with that being said, the dynamic has changed, obviously, since then, because the use of external actors, mainly Turkey, the United Arab Emirates, the People's Republic of China. There are obviously the Turkish drones that are being deployed in the region that are being utilized. We are seeing the Chinese drones that are being utilized. We know that intelligence is being provided by the PRC, by the Turks. We also know other assets are being provided to the Abiy loyalists on the ground by the Turks. So again, obviously when that sort of introduction of external resources occurs, and you are a army that does not possess those same types of technologies, then obviously things are going to change, and that what is absolutely, we have seen that on the ground. But again, to say this conflict by looking at where we're at right now in the disinformation campaign that is going on right now in terms of the Abiy loyalists is way too soon. This conflict is far from over. The Tigray region continues to mobilize forces. It has a great many forces at its disposal. They continue to operate in the Amhara region. They are present in the Amhara region and operating inside of the Amhara region continuously. Again, please try to hearken back where we were at the very beginning of the year. What things looked like in June. Again, the conflict changes, it ebbs, it flows, it's dynamic. Again, it is an ongoing war, and right now, again, if you are on the Abiy loyalist side of the equation, I would highly recommend that you do not absorb all this hyperbolic false narrative that is coming from the Abiy loyalist side, the Abiy media. Again, you are setting yourself up for a fairly significant letdown. Again, a lot of the information, as I've reported before, quite possibly in excess of 90% of the information that comes out of Abiy media and Amhara regional media is not true. It is false. And unfortunately, a lot of people believe that false narrative and that false media. And quite honestly, it would be great if the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, their spokesperson, were to release factual information that could be relied upon, because it would make it much easier for this conflict to be covered. And unfortunately, obviously, that is not occurring presently. So again, take it for a grain of salt what you're hearing about some of these hyperbolic false narratives that are coming out of Abiy and Amhara media. Again, it has proven in the past to be false. Again, let's go back to when the Tigrayan Defense Forces were fairly isolated in the Tenbian region and mobilized and worked their way out of the Tenbian region and retook the Tigray region, and then launched a counter invasion into the Amhara region and in the Afar region as well. But again, the situation is very fluid. Again, we're monitoring the situation very closely. We are receiving information. I can also tell you that at times we've seen this hyperbolic narrative come from the Amhara regional media, the Abiy media, and that is indicative of things not always going well internally with that side. So again, we do know the Oromo Liberation Army is very much active in and around to the north, to the west of Addis Ababa. There have been multiple bases within the last 48 to 72 hours that have been overrun by the Oromo Liberation Army, and great casualties taken by the security forces located that are loyal to the Abiy government in Addis Ababa. But again, things are not going well in terms of that high intensity insurgency that is taking place. Obviously, there was recent setbacks. Again, the Tigrayan Defense Forces were at the gates of Debre Burhan. So again, we're seeing that hyperbolic narrative to try and mitigate those issues that are going on internally. But again, we're watching the situation very closely that is occurring within the confines of this conflict. The conflict still continues and is still going to continue. Again, the social fabric of what you would define as Ethiopia has been torn to pieces. Again, that is the result of the invasion of the Tigray region, not only by forces of the Abiy loyalists, but also of the Eritrean army itself, an external force that supported the Abiy Ahmed regime. So again, what we're probably going to see happen inside of the former state of Ethiopia is a lot what looks like Eritrea today. That is the future for areas controlled by the Abiy loyalists. It is a despotic regime that is slowly being set into place with the help of the despot Isaias Afwerki. So again, we're going to continue to monitor the situation and report. We have more information coming very soon. A lot of information obviously is coming in, and if we do find merit to the fact that what is being reported in terms of what is occurring near Weldia, south of Weldia, possibly north of Weldia, we will absolutely report it, and we will talk about it, and we will discuss it, and we'll see what that looks like. But again, a lot of the information coming out of that side, that camp, has proven to be simply a false narrative that you cannot rely on, because the situation changes very quickly soon after those reports come out. But again, more to come. I appreciate you watching, and we'll definitely have more content very, very soon. Have a good day, everybody.